So, yeah. Okay, let's not beat that horse to death. Well, yeah, because we're getting a little long here, but I do want to go into, because it's going to be completely irrelevant come next week. Last week, Apple released a new iMac. There's some interesting stuff in here. Let's see. I don't know. This is really a case of, it makes me wonder, okay, they're doing this, so why didn't they do this? Well, one of the big improvements in the iMac is that they put in, it's no longer the Core 2s in the lower ends, it's the i3s now, which I think is an improvement. It's a good thing. But it brings me back to, okay, you didn't do that in the MacBook Pro because...
I don't know. I couldn't tell you that. I mean, they just make their decisions, and from logistics, maybe they had. Well, something like this. They have surpluses of some chip at a discount, and that's why they put it in.
I don't know. The other thing here is they're playing something Apple hasn't done for years with these new iMacs, in that certain options are not available in the lower end machine, at least purchasing from Apple, which in a form factor like the iMac, that's a real disservice to the end user. Even though I think some of these options are a little overpriced for Apple, it's the average end user isn't going to take that iMac apart.
Oh no! Hell no.
So, as a matter of fact, when I work on iMacs, I tell the Apple user to leave the room. you want to see their eyes get big. Take that pane of glass off and just. But it's like, they offer any solid state hard drives now, but only in the $2,000 model. They don't offer in the lower end i3, and I'm like, the average user should have that option needs to be a across the board option, even though it's overpriced.
Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't do
that. The other thing is that's kind of weird about this. At the same time they released this, they discontinued some of their cinema displays.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's I find it funny that the 24-inch was actually a real bargain for what it was, and I don't know why they chose to get rid of that, because it was one of the few displays they had. And if you were one of these people like you're talking about earlier, where everything has to be Apple,
sure.
it was actually, it made going that wholly Apple route, especially for things like the Mac Mini affordable, and I don't know why they'd get rid of that.
Sure.
And the same thing with the 30-inch. Like now, Apple doesn't have a 30-inch display. I don't know if enough people weren't buying them. I mean, they were ridiculously expensive for what they were, but...
So what are they selling now for displays then? I'm not the type of Apple user that I have.
They have a 27-inch, and let me go here because I forget what the other one is.
I can look it up, but yeah, I don't know. I don't follow I've never even owned an Apple display ever in my life.
Let's see.
I'm not that type of person. I'm a programmer, so.
Yeah, LED cinema displays. They are selling only the 24-inch.
Yeah, 24-inch. I see that. Well, wait a minute. There's an Apple Cinema HD display 30-inch flat for $17.99. What is that? Mobile desktop.
Where are you seeing that? Because I'm on Apple's site right now.
If you go in the Apple Store and you click on all displays and graphics, it is a...
Oh, I went through the other thing.
It says Apple Cinema HD display 30-inch flat panel for $17.99.
Okay, where is all displays and graphics? Because I'm in the Apple Store right now and I'm not. Let's see.
If you click on the Apple Store and you look on the left-hand column, it'll say, you scroll down where it says popular accessories for Mac, and then let's see.
Oh wait, let me click the more option.
No. Go in the store. Just click this tab, and then you're going to see the Apple Store. It says Apple Store, call 1-800-MY-APPLE, and then below that it says Shop Mac, Shop iPod, Shop iPhone, Shop Pad. Okay, keep looking to see come to the next header.
Yeah, I have Air, Apple Care.
Accessories, and then the fourth or fifth link down it says Displays and Graphics.
Oh, okay. Yeah, say I have the 30-inch down here.
Yeah, $17.99.
Okay, because they announced they were discontinuing the 30-inch.
Maybe they are. I don't know.
Maybe this is back stock, but when these are gone, they're not coming out. Okay.
I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're waiting to do. Apple is very good. See, they're highly profitable because they do one thing well. They manage their inventory, and Dell suffered this, and so did Compaq. That some things that killed those companies at different points in time is how they managed inventory. And perhaps Apple they kill things off to kill the inventory, essentially, to make way for something else. And in the meantime, it's perceived as something else. But you know what? I wonder if they're killing their inventory right now because they're making way for another monitor that's going to come out. Maybe it's going to be that Retina display type thing they're using on the iPhone.
Yeah, because according to an announcement by Apple, both of these displays have been killed. As and they're not science, but they're here on the site, so it's.
Okay. Yeah. All right, but you know what? Like I said, they're very strategic in how they manage their inventory, and I'd be willing to bet. If someone's asking my opinion, as I will consider myself a business professional analyst, but that is what my best guess would be, is that Apple excels at maintaining a very good bottom line, and doing that is in part making sure that you don't have dead inventory.
Well, and I'm all for that stuff. What the only thing I don't like about that is like you said, the excel at making stuff. I recognize where all of their prices on their stuff come from because they're doing that perfect retail pricing, and there are some times where a little bit of give. It makes sense economically, which Apple never does, and that's why they get beat up on price. They're getting better because of Moore's Law, not because Apple wants to get better. So maybe those displays aren't ending, but I still think the solid state should be available in. You shouldn't have to buy the 27-inch to get the solid states. That's just not fair to the end user.
I don't have an explanation for that.
It's very simple. They've decided there's not enough margin on the lower machine to justify that.
Well, here's a stupid question. Is there a real form factor size? I couldn't imagine.
No. All of them are using the same 3x5-inch hard drives.
So I don't know. What about no, because they would have they're solid states in laptops, so it can't be.
Well, no, but the solid state they're using here is the desktop solid state. But I mean, doesn't matter which size iMac you take apart, they're all using the same hard drive. They're using those little Western for the regular spinning ones. They're using those made for Apple Western Digitals. Like if you take it apart and take it out, you pull the hard drive out, it's a Western Digital, but it has a little label on it, made for Apple model. It's like...
Well, perhaps it's for the sake of... I'm looking at their lineup. They have 221.5 inches and 227 inches. Mm-hmm. And it's 1,200 and then 1,500 respectively. And they have, let's see. Let me see if this one allows me to. Okay, that one's no. I can only change the size of. It's using SATA on that one. So let's see on this one. Well, okay. Essentially, they're charging you $200 more. Yeah, the 21 inches altogether, you cannot get the solid state.
They just want. It's not an option there. There's no reason they couldn't put it in there. They just don't want it.
I don't know.
I just think it's if on this form factor, that's inexcusable. Because this thing's designed for the end user not to take it apart. I'm not saying it's hard to take these apart. I mean, it's a suction cup and some torque wrenches. So it's just not a complicated process, but it's one of those. It's not fair to the end user.
I don't know. I was thinking originally I just want to keep a product isolated. Like just have a perfect low product, flat price, but. I would say, okay, fine, the 1200 model, no solid state, but at least put it on the the $1,500 pretty much, but there's not, you can't even change the size of the hard drive on the place, iMac.
No, they've ridiculously limited the options on that side.
I mean,
and I'm like, really, why can't I get in there and add the extra options? Yeah, the price will go up, but why can't I add the options?
Yeah, I mean, opt for the 21-inch $1,500 model. You can opt for the 2 terabyte, and it says add 150. See, I've never owned I'm not an iMac.
Well, no, it's like something to note is when every time they refresh the iMac, they do this. Every time they refresh the system, they do this. There are certain options they only offer in the most expensive, highest-end one that there's no reason to do it other than they want to make you buy the more expensive one. And this is one of the... And so here's the thing. Maybe, just maybe, I'm a user that doesn't need an i5, but I want a solid-state drive. Or I want more memory, or yada yada and so forth. And it's like, needing more storage is not synonymous with needing a more powerful processor, and vice versa. It's these little things at Apple that drive me a little. It's because it.
I don't know why they wouldn't offer that. I find that just really odd.
They want you to buy I think somebody at Apple made the decision they don't make enough money off the iMac unless it's $2,000. So, so you need to buy the $2,000 one,
it's still a specific price upgrade. It's like, hey, I had another damn $150 for the solid state. I don't.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. The two of those should not in any way be linked.
It doesn't affect profit. I mean, it could affect volume manufacturing, maybe, but...
Yeah, I guess they've decided only on the more expensive ones is the modification justified.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay, it's...
Yeah, I don't know.